I'm gonna go watch the Michael Jackson movie. It came out today. I've tried to avoid my friend's group chat because I'm hearing like some people aren't happy about it or whatever. I feel like that's to be expected just because he was a superstar. So obviously people are gonna feel strongly either way. I haven't watched the trailer, I haven't read through Twitter, I haven't read any comments. I'm just gonna go in and enjoy a movie and see what happens. But of course, because you know, a bitch can't see nowadays, I've got to wear my glasses as well. I've come back from watching the Michael Jackson film. Joe Jackson, come outside supreme. Okay, let me start from the beginning. All the songs, loved all the songs. Hooting, hollering, I was crying. Can I say something? I would rather that Michael Jackson have never ever released Thriller if it meant that he had a happy childhood. If it meant that he had a good father. Do I need to elaborate on that? Let me tell you something for free. Excellence is expensive. Michael released the greatest album of all time. He was and is one of the greats. But what did it take for him to get there? It was an awful price. It was an awful price. And I'm not one to say that if Michael could do it all again, he'd do it differently. I'm just saying that is a price I'm not willing to pay. I'd rather be a normal, happy child than be that. What makes me so sad is that when he's in the surgery and he's saying, I want to get this surgery, and the doctor's like, you're a handsome looking boy, you don't need to change your nose. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like, he didn't need to change his nose. It's because his dad was a nasty, nasty man, a nasty bully. Making your own child feel ugly? Like, how dare you? How dare you? Making your child feel so ugly that they disfigure their face. Well, they change their face. They undergo surgery and all that pain. You're a horrible person and you should have never been a parent. And he had low self-esteem. But it's so interesting. He had low self-esteem because of his dad. But he didn't have low racial... He, as in Michael, didn't have low racial self-esteem because he always identified as a black man. He always called himself a black man. And he was always proud to be black. We can't say that about every black person. Because it didn't matter whether he changed his skin color or his nose got changed. He always said he was black, and that was that. Joe Jackson was a fucking bully. I do not trust parents that would put their children in showbiz. Look, I'm not a parent, and I know things are easier said than done, but I would never ever ever put my child in the entertainment industry. It's tough because they say the entertainment industry is bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, but like, when your own parents are horrible as well, what do you do? In terms of Michael Jackson's influences, the film mentioned Charlie Chaplin and the film mentioned Fred Astaire, which were two big influences for Michael Jackson, but they didn't mention the Nicholas brothers because I think they're also worth bringing up. Like, because MJ the Musical talks about them, but they didn't mention it in the film. I kind of also think it's important to bring up that Michael Jackson not only had white influences, but black influences. You know, partly because, but also because that's the truth. Now, I know people are going to have an issue with where the film left, and I don't think it tells the whole story. I'm sure there were many reasons, but the way I see it is like, obviously, past the end of the film, Michael gets lighter and lighter. I don't know if he would have wanted the film to show him with lighter skin. Joe Jackson was so hard on his kids because he wanted to get out of poverty. Poverty drives cruelty. And I do understand that, I mean, Joe Jackson probably didn't have an easy life, to say the least. And so the cycle continued in the way that he treated his kids. I get that. My thought had just left me.